Hi, everybody. This is Saad for the Sad Truth. A few days ago, I was invited on Tiffany Gabet's show on Rebel TV called Culture Wars. And early in our chat, she asked me to comment about the Super Bowl ads that had just taken place on Sunday. And specifically, she asked me to focus on a few of the ads, one of which was a Audi ad, which I'll provide a link uh, to the actual ad at the bottom of the description of this sad truth clip. The ad in question, basically, it says, what do I tell my daughter when, every man that she'll ever meet, will be worth more than her, and so on. So, sort of arguing that uh, women in the United States still face endemic sexism, and they're exploited and they're oppressed and they're just facing this horrible mistreatment. Of course, sexism exists. That's not something that magically goes away, but the narrative is obviously just extraordinarily false. And as I mentioned on the show in question, when chatting with Tiffany, if you're going to go after truly patriarchal societies that are oppressive to women, you don't uh, point your criticisms to the United States, but there are other regions of the world where women are truly facing horrifying conditions. But in any case, I had pointed to the fact that I had a sad truth clip a while ago. I believe it's Sad Truth 52, where I looked at, or I reported data coming from the United States where the male to female ratio had been tabulated across four university degrees. So associate degree, which is lesser than a bachelor's degree, then bachelor's degree, master's degree, and doctoral degree. So there were four levels of educational attainment across five races. So there were 20 cells, right? Four levels of educational attainment, and then five races. So that's 20 possible male to female ratios. And I simply looked at the number of cells where women outnumbered men, right? Now, if you think, as the Audi ad suggests, that there's just this endemic racism where what am I going to tell my daughter when she grows up, that any man that she meets is valued more than her? I mean, that's just a profoundly false narrative, right? It's delusional, it's grotesque, right? I mean, people have to be held accountable to facts, to the truth. In any case, out of 20 cells, can you guess how many cells women outnumber men? Now, listen carefully. I said women outnumbering men. If, of course, we had the rampant sexism that the Audi ad is alluding to, we would expect most of the cells, if not all of the cells, to have a greater ratio of men to women. Well, out of the 20 cells, 20 of the cells had greater women uh, uh, in terms of educational attainment within that particular cell. So 20 out of 20 cells, women outnumbered men. So if you're talking about rampant sexism, it couldn't be opposite to the typical narrative. Then I decided to look at a more expand that lens to Canada. So I just did a very, very quick search this morning to see if I could identify in Canada, say, similar differences. And I stumbled on an article, which I also provide the link to it at the bottom of the description section of this clip, from Maclean's magazine, which is a very well-known national magazine in Canada, looking at enrollment. This is from 2009 figures, looking at the enrollments of women to men at Canadian medical schools. You ready? 58% of enrollments at Canadian medical schools are women. 58%. That's unbelievably strong effect. Out of the 17 medical schools that are listed, 13 had more women than men. 3 had more men than women. And the ones where men outnumber women, it's almost at the 50-50 break point. And then one was tied at 50-50. So again, almost all of the medical schools in Canada have more women than men. And if you look at the average across all the schools, it's 58% women. So boy, there's some massive rampant sexism. What are we going to tell our daughters when they grow up in Canada and the US when they are so discriminated against? Again, my point is not that there isn't individual cases of sexism and racism and other forms of uh, bigotry that one can find in any society. That's regrettably part of the fabric of the darkness of the human heart, and we should, of course, always work hard to eradicate any such manifestations of ugliness. But to provide a narrative, as was provided in the Audi ad, is frankly grotesque. It is an affront to all of the progress that our societies have made in eradicating all of these institutionalized forms of racism and sexism. And so let's continue to fight to even create more just societies, but also let's be honest about the realities. Again, there's nothing more laudable than the pursuit of truth, and to have ideology poison the truth because somehow you think that you're more likely to achieve your ideological goals by fudging the truth is grotesque. There you have it, folks. Hope you're having a good week. Talk to you soon. Cheers.